let's do something fun today. Let's talk about accidents. So, by accidents, I don't mean, haha, let's all laugh at car wrecks. I mean, how do accidents factor into the evolution of alcohol? They're all over the fucking place. Some strong chances are, like, our caveman ancestors were storing grapes and they noticed that the grapes were, like, fermenting and there was juice coming off them and they ate them and were like, whoa, I feel weird now. I can finally approach that cave lady I've always wanted to approach. But there's also, like, natural examples, like you have the Vikings, or, well, the Norse, or whatever we'll fucking call them, because historians don't like the word Viking, um, who would see reindeer eat fly Arctic mushrooms and then would drink reindeer piss. I didn't say they were clever, and this is one of the theories for where berserkers come from, because these dudes were fucking tripping balls. Um, there's also probably like bread that fermented. We have cases in the States of like ergot poisoning, which is widely believed why the Salem witch trials were a thing. In fact, if, as an aside, if you like films, watch The Witch and watch it again under the idea that everyone has ergot poisoning and it becomes a completely different movie. But we also look at other things that happen by accident, right? So when we specifically talk about whiskey, what we're talking about is the poaching runners in Ireland and Scotland. So Inishowen and Isla, they're like, it's very quick to get between the two of them. There was a chain of islands between the two, where loads of poaching runners would like make their bases and then go back and forth. There's even stories of NAS Coffee and a bunch of excise men going up there trying to stop them, but being unable to stop them because as they sailed towards the island they were shot at. It wasn't a particularly clever idea, which led NAS Coffee on to becoming a distiller himself, which led to the invention of, or the patenting of the coffee still, because, you know, he couldn't have his own fucking ideas. And that changed and revolutionized modern whiskey. But poaching runners and, like, spirit makers, what the fuck were they doing with their liquid? Like, there's a chance that, like, when monks were making this stuff, they might have just been storing it in clay pots. But why would you just store, like, spirit in clay pots when you're in a country that has loads of wood, and Celtic peoples are known for having, like, basically invented barrel technology. Barrel technology. They sound like a wanker, but... So you take that, you just throw it in an oak cask. Or, like, a pine cask. Like, in the past, and even today in Irish law, oak was not the only wood used. Like, the specific wording for Irish whiskey, one of the things that makes it different is must be aged in a wooden barrel such as oak, so we can actually use whatever we want. And really cool things have been used, like chestnut and cherry wood, and the worst whiskey I've ever had in my entire life, which was aged in mulberry. If you ever see a whiskey aged in mulberry, either buy it for someone you don't like or run the fuck away. But there's a good chance that, like, when our poaching runners are hiding spirits, some of it's getting forgotten about, and, like, it's soaking in and out of the wood as time goes by, and it's gathering colour and flavour. But we could even go back as far as, like, the 1500s, where this stuff is being shipped. So it's not being aged as long. It's more like reposado tequila than anything else. And then as time goes on, it becomes more like añejo, and then the 3-year thing really comes into effect when they finally changed the tax laws to go for you pay tax when you sell it, so everyone starts doing a minimum of 3 years, because well, ourselves and the Scots were Celtic, we loved the number 3 for some fucking reason. It's probably what converted us. But, like, the important thing to take away from this is, like, so many different accidents have happened over the course of distilling and brewing and baking, like, cooking. All, like, the majority of human history is just really happy accidents that a clever person has seized on. And there's a good chance in the next few years we're going to see more of this stuff happening, more like historical research being done on this, because it is a really interesting field of study, and it's one I personally find fascinating. And plus, all the best things are accidents. Like, I'm an accident. Yeah. Okay, I really hope my mother doesn't watch this video.